Hello, everyone. It's Leslie Spees. I'm with Influence HR Consulting. I'm going to be doing a couple of little short videos on workplace culture. This is the first one, and it's called Workplace Culture Isn't Fluffy. Here's a quote that you may have heard. Culture eats strategy for breakfast, operational excellence for lunch, and everything else for dinner. And it's true. You can have a great product plan strategy, but nothing's going to limit your organization's success more than an unhealthy culture. And culture isn't fluffy. It has a huge impact on the bottom line. It may seem like somewhat of a nebulous concept, but there are multiple ways to measure it. I'm not going to get into all of that on this video, but we'll share that later on. But it impacts everything from turnover and engagement to productivity and even customer satisfaction, because customers want to work with organizations that they feel like have a good culture. Here's what it isn't. It isn't sky-high salaries, although you do have to maintain a certain salary level in order to recruit and retain employees. It's not perks like ping pong tables, free food, slides out in the work area, fancy offices, shorts at work. It's not core values that you just place on the wall. It's not something that you aspire to. It's not bad to aspire to things, but it's what's really happening. It's the sum of what people think, say, and do. So if they don't necessarily want ping pong tables and wearing shorts to work in terms of making it a great culture, what do employees really want? Here are 6 things that I believe that employees really want out of their workplace culture. They want to be treated with respect, to have a good relationship with their manager, connection to the organization and their coworkers, meaning and purpose with their work, to feel like they're part of something bigger than themselves. They want to feel appreciated for what they do, and they want the opportunity to grow. So what is culture? Essentially, it's an organization's personality. It's made up of a shared set of beliefs, values, attitudes, standards, and behaviors. It reflects the written as well as the unwritten behavioral norms and expectations of those within the company. It's really the sum of everything that people think, say, and do. Here are all the components of culture. Essentially, it's everything from recruiting to termination, everything in between. A couple of definitions that I wanted to differentiate. The first is culture. We've already talked about that definition. Employee experience looks at how each person experiences the workplace and its culture. So really, culture and employee experience are 2 ways of kind of saying the same thing. Then there's employee engagement. It's a connection that employees have with an organization that makes them want to go above and beyond what's expected of them. As a result, they stay, they help others, they perform well, they grow, and they innovate. And what you really want out of your culture is a workforce of engaged employees. And there's all kinds of statistics around how that helps the organization perform better. 59% lower turnover, 21% higher productivity, 20% higher sales. I may have gotten those a little bit off, but there's statistics from Gallup, and tons of support for why it's so important. All right, so let's flip the table and talk about a toxic culture. Toxic culture is plagued by fighting, drama, politics, and unhappy employees to the point that productivity and employee well-being are affected. If you've ever worked in a toxic culture, you probably didn't stay around very long. So here's 10 signs of a toxic culture, just in case you didn't know. So 1, bullying and intimidation occur frequently. Coworkers often gang up on one another. Bosses or coworkers take credit for others' work. Employees are insubordinate. Office gossip and false accusations run rampant. The boss is ineffective or absent. Everyone operates under different rules. The environment is highly political. Supervisors don't communicate expectations well or at all. And there seems to just kind of be a dark, fearful energy that flows through the workplace. All right, so that is it for the first video. Stay tuned for more on culture over the next few weeks. Thanks for listening.